他们惹下的是天大的祸事。
既然知晓了，就不能置之不理。所有涉事之人，这场拍卖会是否调动闪功？
前辈，7日后此城宝和楼中会举行一次拍卖，将有一颗8品次神品。
此事牵连重大，莫要卷进。
Renegade Immortal, Episode 134. Wang Lin gets dragged into a catastrophic calamity. Wang Lin was swept into a tremendous disaster. The ancestor of the Huan clan ordered the annihilation of Ran Yun's star. Wang Lin made a move and instantly killed a Wangding cultivator of the Huan clan. After Wang Lin met Sun Tai on Ran Yun's star, he learned from him about the All-Heaven star domain. At the same time, he was also dragged into a clan-destroying calamity. The 3 Wangding ancestors of Ran Yun's star had jointly killed members of the Huan clan 4 years ago. Now they were facing the Huan clan's extermination purge. Seeing Wang Lin's overwhelming strength, they tried to pull him into the situation by offering an 8th-grade pill, hoping he would provide protection. At this moment, the Sun clan ancestor ordered that the 8th-grade sub-divine pill at the Baohei Tower auction be used to test Wang Lin's cultivation. Wang Lin saw through his intentions at a glance. He accepted the auction token and went to Baohei Tower. At the auction, Wang Lin only used a single immortal jade to win the 8th-grade sub-divine pill. He knew clearly one pill alone was far from enough to make him intervene. Immediately after, Wang Lin used the vast amount of immortal jade given by Sun Tai to raise his strength to near the mid-stage Wangding. At this point, he was only one step away from breaking through. He first struck and heavily injured the mid-stage Wangding ancestor of the Ran clan, then coldly faced him and spoke bluntly. "Did you already plan to drag me into what happened 4 years ago?" The Ran clan ancestor trembled and tried to explain, but Wang Lin cut him off directly. "If you want my protection, show enough sincerity. What you've shown so far is far from enough." The Ran clan ancestor quickly asked for his conditions. Wang Lin answered without hesitation, "I want 90% of the Ran clan's immortal jade." The ancestor fell silent, weighing gains and losses. At that moment, Wang Lin raised his eyes toward the void and said calmly, "Come out." 2 figures emerged, Sun Shi and the carefree cultivator. Having personally witnessed Wang Lin severely injure the Ran ancestor with ease, their faces were filled with shock. Wang Lin then laid out all the conditions. Sun Shi must hand over 70% of his clan's immortal jade. The carefree cultivator and the Ran ancestor must each hand over 90%. In addition, all relics of the Huan clan members killed 4 years ago must be surrendered. If they failed to comply, he would completely withdraw from the matter. Facing the Huan clan's deadly threat, the 3 had no real choice. After long hesitation, the Ran ancestor gritted his teeth and agreed. Sun Si and the carefree cultivator also nodded. They immediately handed over the agreed immortal jade. As for the Huan clan relics, they did not hesitate in the slightest. These items after 4 years were no longer treasures, but deadly talismans hanging over their heads. After collecting everything, Wang Lin turned and left, leaving only one sentence. "Do not disturb me unless necessary. When the Huan clan arrives, I will act." Though the 3 felt temporary relief, they secretly worried Wang Lin might leave Ran Yun's star. Meanwhile, in the southern region of Thousand Illusions Star, inside the Huan clan ancestral residence, Huan Fengshen stood respectfully before the Huan clan ancestor who had just returned from the Alliance star domain. The old man spoke coldly, questioning why the disappearance of clan members 4 years ago was only being handled now. Huan Fengshen explained that there were too many branch members to investigate thoroughly. The old man then ordered that the purge of Ran Yun's star be handled by the clan guards under his adopted daughter, Liu Mei, and that all involved be eradicated to establish her authority. After withdrawing, Huan Fengshen was filled with dissatisfaction, feeling the ancestor favored this outsider and might even hand the clan to her. 3 days later in her pavilion, Liu Mei assigned the task to Huan Dong. Huan Dong had reached the peak of mid-stage Wangding and held fanatical admiration for Liu Mei. He immediately guaranteed swift victory without damaging her prestige. In his eyes, the strongest on Ran Yun's star, the Ran ancestor, was only at his level and would not dare resist. Elsewhere, Wang Lin was immersed in comprehending his Tao. His life and death samsara Tao intent had long fused with his primordial spirit. yet he still could not grasp the Tao of karma beyond life and death. The Yellow Springs Tao he previously comprehended was only part of the Tao of death. He could not find the path of life. Because of this, despite having sufficient immortal power, he could not break into mid-stage Wangding. Returning to his residence, Wang Lin took out the relics of the Huan clan members. Aside from the 8th grade pill, there were 2 unowned magic treasures, a jade slip, an identity token. One treasure was the powerful pseudo-immortal artifact Black Comb, the other a naturally formed violet gold firestone, an extremely rare refining material. At first, the identity token seemed ordinary, but something felt off. Using his control over yin-yang reality through the immortal guard, he discovered a divine ability tied to the bearer's life soul within it. This meant the Huan clan had long known that member was dead. He then examined the jade slip, which even the 3 did not dare probe with divine sense. After erasing resentment and transmission fluctuations, he finally saw its contents. It recorded the Huan clan's core technique, Thousand Illusions Heartless Tao. But what truly shocked Wang Lin was another piece of information. A complete golden flame ore vein had been discovered on Xianxia star. The violet gold firestone came from that very vein. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. His heaven-defying bead only lacked metal element materials to reach completion. An entire ore vein was the perfect opportunity. Once the bead recognized him as its master, its true divine abilities would be unlocked. He immediately decided, whoever dares compete with me for this vein, dies. Wang Lin obtained a full star map of the all-heaven star domain from Sun Shi and located Xianxia star. The planet was months away, a desolate world filled with deadly toxic miasma uninhabited by cultivators. Once prepared, Wang Lin set out. But just as he was about to leave Ranyun Star's Gangfeng lair, he was stopped by the 3 ancestors. Having just handed over most of their wealth, they were suspicious. Wang Lin coldly said, "I will not go back on my word. I will return in a few months to at most a year." At that moment, all of them suddenly looked up. Outside Ranyun Star, Huandong arrived riding a star compass, charging in arrogantly. His divine sense and immortal power spread without restraint, his voice booming like thunder. "I am a second-rank clan guard of the Huan clan. All Wangding cultivators of Ranyun Star, come out and meet me immediately." The shockwave injured countless low-level cultivators. Hearing Huan clan, the 3 ancestors turned pale, trembling in despair, placing all hope on Wang Lin. Wang Lin had taken their payment, so he would handle their disaster. His divine sense surged like thunder, locking onto the sky and forming a single word. Scram! The word exploded like lightning. Huandong, who had just entered the astral wind layer, was struck head-on. He roared and activated his metal Dao intent divine ability. But Wang Lin formed a finger strike of annihilating lightning, instantly shattering it. The golden sword he summoned was destroyed, and the strike slammed into his body. Huandong was severely injured, coughing blood his body, and primordial spirit eroded by lightning. Only one thought remained: escape. But the moment he tried to merge into the void and teleport, Wang Lin unleashed the 7-star sword formation created by sword sovereign Ling Tianhou. 7 streaks of light tore through the sky, dragging him out of the void. The formation instantly sealed his entire body. Any movement would result in being shredded by swordlight. From Huandong's descent to his capture, only a few breaths had passed. The 3 ancestors of the Ran clan watched the scene unfold, inhaling sharply, their eyes filled with deep fear. They made a firm decision: never in this lifetime would they become enemies with Wang Lin. Even after being captured, Huandong still tried to threaten them with the Huan clan. He harshly exposed the truth of how they had killed Huan clan members 4 years ago, declaring that their 3 bloodlines would end today. The hesitation in the Ran clan ancestors' eyes instantly turned into resolve. He immediately cupped his fists toward Wang Lin and requested, "Please hand him over to us for disposal." Wang Lin nodded in agreement. After sealing Huandong's primordial spirit, he turned to leave. At that moment, Huandong screamed, "If you kill me, Miss Huan Mei will never let you off. Jaime is the ancestor's only disciple and the future head of the Huan clan." Wang Lin suddenly stopped. He slowly turned around and asked, "What is her original name?" Huandong sneered, using it as leverage. He would only speak if Wang Lin released him. Wang Lin frowned, reached out into the void, and grabbed Huandong directly into his hand. Placing his palm on Huandong's head, he used the power of the immortal guard to perform soul search. As he sifted through fragments of memory, Wang Lin's expression gradually darkened. He finally confirmed. Jaime was none other than Liu Mei of Vermilion Bird Planet. With a casual strike, he shattered Huan Dong's body and threw his primordial spirit into the soul banner. The three from the Ran clan stood frozen, not daring to say a word. After a long silence, Wang Lin stepped into the sky, riding his star compass toward Xianxia Star. Along the way, he calculated silently. If Liu Mei knew her place, then all would remain peaceful. If she acted as she did back on Vermilion Bird Planet, he would kill her without hesitation. As for the Huan clan ancestor, there was no need to fight to the death. If he couldn't win, he would leave. If pressed too far, he would slaughter a few clan members in retaliation. A cold glint flashed in his eyes. Only one thought remained. The golden flame ore vein of Xianxia Star, whoever blocks me dies. Within a month of Wang Lin's journey, news of Huan Dong's death reached the Huan clan. The entire clan was thrown into turmoil. The Huan clan ancestor flew into a rage and advanced Liu Mei's bloodline transformation ceremony. He declared that after it concluded, the matter would be handled personally by Liu Mei to establish her authority. After hearing of Huan Dong's death, Liu Mei's expression remained calm. At that moment, violent fluctuations and dense resentment erupted from her storage bag. She softly soothed it. The Huan clan ancestor appeared behind her, frowning. "That thing is too vicious. It will damage your Dao heart. Destroy it immediately." Liu Mei replied gently, "I know what I'm doing." Seeing her refusal, the ancestor could only sigh. Meanwhile, Wang Lin finally arrived at Xianxia Star. Just as he spread his divine sense to search for the ore vein, a world-shaking roar erupted in the distance. A sea of red clouds illuminated the darkness charging toward him. Upon the clouds lay a massive, ferocious beast, thousands of zhang long, neither dragon nor snake covered in tendrils. Its mere movement stirred the toxic mists of the sky. Wang Lin's divine sense swept over it. His expression changed drastically. Wang Yue. He instantly recalled the memories of ancient god Tu Si. Wang Yu was a parasitic entity within ancient gods. The stronger the ancient god, the stronger the Wang Yue. Only when an ancient god died did it have a slim chance to escape. Without hesitation, Wang Lin burrowed into the cracked earth, hiding deep underground. Watching the Wang Yu pass overhead, a strange light flashed in his eyes. Could it be? There is an ancient god's corpse on Xianxia Star. But if that were true, how could the great cultivators of the all-heaven star domain ignore such an opportunity? He remained hidden deep in thought, far away in the Alliance star domain. On an ordinary cultivation planet, Situ Nan was being chased by two women in colorful robes. He fled in a miserable state, shouting threats. "If you keep pushing me, I'll carve your sect master's scandals onto 100,000 jade slips and scatter them across the cultivator." Alliance. The two women immediately joined forces and summoned their sect master's phantom. With a single gesture, they compressed the heavens. Situ Nan barely escaped, but suffered heavy injuries, coughing blood. With bloodshot eyes, he fled, wildly swearing, "This time I'll go into seclusion until I reach the Queenie realm. I will not come out." At the southern illusory moon pool of Thousand Illusions Star, a forbidden ground for the Huan clan, the ancestor drained the pool and ordered tens of thousands of clan members to offer their blood essence. In the end, he even cut his own wrist, adding his origin blood. With a command, all the blood merged. He intended to refine the purest Huan bloodline to rebuild Liu Mei's body. Liu Mei stepped into the blood pool, allowing herself to be submerged. The ancestor formed seals, using his second step Queenie cultivation to activate the secret art. He infused thousands of bloodline runes into her body, replacing her blood, and even sacrificed his own cultivation to pour immortal power and Dao intent into her primordial spirit. Within half an incense stick, her cultivation soared from early-stage Wangding to late-stage Wangding great perfection. The tens of thousands of clan members could not hide their jealousy. Meanwhile, the ancestor grew frail and aged, his cultivation greatly reduced. Before entering seclusion, he ordered, Liu Mei must go to Ranyun Star and win her first battle to establish her authority. She accepted the order and departed alone. On Xianxia Star, after witnessing Wang Yu's terrifying strength comparable to second-step cultivators, Wang Lin did not dare provoke it. He continued underground searching for the ore vein. Soon he found it, a golden flame ore vein stretching tens of thousands of li. But the more he examined it, the more uneasy he became. The vein was too uniform, unnaturally so, combined with the strange tendrils across the surface and Wang Yu's form. Wang Lin suddenly realized the entire xianxia star was a sleeping Wang Yu. The so-called ore vein was its bones. A chill ran down his spine. If he had recklessly extracted it earlier, he would have awakened the creature and died without burial. Unwilling to give up, he recalled a method from 2C's memories. He planned to refine the hallucinogenic essence of ascension fruit, combine it with ancient god seals, and push Wang Yu into deeper sleep, then extract its bones. But lacking materials, he could only leave xianxia star for now and return to Ran Yun star. By this time, Ran Yun star was completely sealed by the Huan clan's formation. The Ran ancestor Sun Shi and the carefree cultivator were trapped inside, filled with despair. They regretted their greed 4 years ago, yet also resented Wang Lin for not returning. Just as they prepared to burn their primordial spirits and fight to the death, a white figure stepped through the sky. Liu Mei had arrived. With a single soft sentence, the battle intent in the carefree cultivator's eyes vanished instantly, replaced by utter obsession and dazed infatuation.